been b-boying for about 11, 12 years on and off, holding it down for the Atlantic scene. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Why not? Rocksteady crew, coming out of Philly, Jersey, doing my thing for almost 20 years now. Out here in Halifax, you know, for a Child by Style event, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, why not? I have a question for you. A lot of people know you more of a top rock dancer. You have, a lot of people have mentioned you have changed the game for top rock. And the dancing up top, not as much for the power or the steps. So what I was thinking was, how do you judge in the competition style style and power? How would you judge that?
Well, it's almost like sometimes at this point it could be like apples and oranges, you know what I mean? Some people have a really great idea of footwork and style and basics, and then some other people have a great background in just understanding, you know, more of the difficult moves or power, you know. And the problem is that in battles the conversation is lost. So for a judge it makes it extremely hard, because you have people who are really well versed in one aspect most of the time, and because that's been their strong point, they're going to push that really hard. And you're waiting for someone on one of the sides to take the chance to actually display some of what the other person might have, you know, but a lot of times they don't. They'll stand their ground and be like, I got this and this is what I'm going to do every round, and then the other person goes, well, I got this and this is what I'm going to do every round, and they both can do it very well, and then it's like, you leave me with a decision now, which is not always so easy. You know, I give respect to a lot of judges who, you know, won't go to like a million tiebreakers and will be like, okay, I'm gonna pick somebody. Now, some other people may be like, oh, style's always gonna go first, but you know, honestly, if someone has a good style, but also someone has there's style and power. There's not just because someone's doing power moves doesn't just make them a power mover and you just totally disregard that they have any style whatsoever, because they do. You know, power is not a thing that you can just do and do it with different endings and freezes and beginnings without having style. You know, there's a way of doing it, and then when you learn something so well, it's like if someone comes out and they're top rocking and they go into their power, I'm not gonna say nothing wrong with that. I'm not gonna just be like, oh, you should have done some footwork. You know, and you know, we try to say that you should do everything in the dance and blah 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 and this and that, but that also makes a very generic b-boy all of a sudden now, because now we're saying you have to have everything, and because we program that in everybody's minds. They got a very basic top rock, they got a very basic footwork, they do the usual swipe halo combo just to display they got power. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then everybody comes with the same concepts, and it's just like, I don't mind if someone has one thing that's strong, but it's like if they can understand that they're in a battle and they're going up against someone who may have something that they're not gonna necessarily be known for, they should bring it out. And if they do have everything, now's your time to show them. You know what I mean? If you've been slaying the first 3-4 people in the battle with power, and you came across someone who's got really good footwork, start displaying some footwork. Let them know what you got.
Yeah, show that versatility.
And I'm waiting for people who can do that, and it's taking a while, you know. And I'm patient, you know what I mean? And I know at times I'm gonna get criticized for doing certain judgment calls. Everybody is. That's just how it goes. Everyone has their very strong opinion on the dance, and that's fine.
Okay.
I just let it go and I choose, and that's it.
So with what you're saying, at the end of the day, let's say you're watching the finals, or you know, even it could be the finals or even a prelim, no matter the level, right? You had a really good run, power head, really good run, style head. When it comes down to the very end, if you were to pick, let's say they were top of the game, both runners up.
Yeah.
What would the one thing you look at?
I look into them. I look to see what they're doing inside. You know, I look at them. Where's their focus? Are they in the battle or are they not in the battle? Are they thinking about what they practice or are they not? Are they reacting to just the moment? Are they in the moment? And are they going with feeling? You know what I'm saying? Are they like really just in it? And I'm like, yeah, if that person's in it, I'm like, dope, I think they got it. You know, some people are not present. Like, they're just not there. They're staring at the floor when someone else is going. They're thinking about the next move they want to come out with. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we don't have a conversation a lot in battles, because, you know, people are going to come up and ask you always in a battle if they lose or if they win. Most of the time it's when they lose, obviously. What happened? Why didn't I win? But they'll never bring up what the other person has done. They just want to know why they didn't win. And I'm like, well, did you ever think about questioning what the other person was doing as well? You know what I mean? Because it's them versus you. You know, I can tell you all day about yourself, but I can also tell you about what they did that you didn't. You know, and this and that. And they should probably ask, like, what was it, you know, what did they do that I didn't do, or something like that, or whatever. Because everyone's thinking that they're the hardest trained person. I trained all week for this battle. Of course the other person trained all week for the battle too. You know, when boxers lose a fight, they don't go, man, I was training way harder than him. Why did I lose? Because you got knocked out. That's why.
Yeah.
Training doesn't matter. The moment matters. Right then and there matters. It really doesn't matter what you did in the past year, 2 years, months, days. I really don't care.
Who's the best in the moment? Yeah.
Did you come off right then and there? Maybe not. And maybe this other person did and you didn't. You know what I mean? But it's like, whatever. And you gotta be humble enough to realize that there's moments, and what I hate to see is when people have a moment and they get robbed for their moment. Not robbed from the fact that they should have won the battle, but you're taking the moment away from them in a way by not letting them advance. Either way, everyone in the room should have felt that moment, you know. You're just not giving them the opportunity after the moment, but it's like the moment is so, you should see it. You should be like, oh man, that was it. Like they were like, ugh. You know?
Deep.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff though that I like. But that to me is why I break. I break for those moments. Like I could care about winning or losing. You know, if I know I felt good at that moment, I'm good. And if the judge told me I lost, I'm good because I had my moment. Because it's me, it's for me. It's not for nobody else. It's not. I'm not battling for him. I'm not battling for all the people here. It's me and my conversation with God and dance, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave it at that. So.